Steve from Wise Tone Productions, and today I'm going to be doing a video review and comparison of 3 different VCA stereo bus compressors. Now I've got them all racked next to me. I've got the Audioscape Buss Compressor, the Warm Audio Bus Comp, and the Stam Audio SA4000 MK2. Now each of these is a replica of a very famous British company that also makes a VCA stereo bus compressor. Now these all come in at a more reasonable price point, if you will. The Audioscape is $6.99, the Warm Audio is also $6.99, and the Stam Audio is currently going for $7.90 for a pre-order, and you have the option to add an additional transformer modification for an additional $300. So slightly more, but without the transformer, you're looking reasonably about the same cost. Now, I'm going to talk about each company a little more before I dive into the details of the features of each unit. So Audioscape is based in the United States, out of Florida. They make very small batches of their products, so you can only buy from their website. And I remember the first time when I was trying to buy this, everything was sold out. And I'm like, what's going on here? They only release small batches every Wednesday and I believe Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So I got lucky, I think 4 weeks after initially trying to get one, and I got one for $6.99. Came a few days later. Great unit. And the Warm Audio Bus Comp is from a company located in Texas, United States. Now to be fair, they don't actually manufacture the products themselves in the US. They do have those built in China, but the company is headquartered in the United States in Texas. This is relatively new. This came out, I believe, a couple months ago, maybe 3 months. And this unit, comes in at $6.99. The difference between the Audioscape and the Warm Audio is the Warm Audio is sold at pretty much every retailer you can imagine for gear. It's always available. So the big difference there. These are small batch, handmade. These are a little more mass produced. Then lastly, you have the Stam Audio. Now Stam Audio is based in Chile, and they take a while to get your product. Okay, it took me a really long time to get this. I pre-ordered it almost 2 years ago, and yes, I patiently waited almost 2 years. Now the reason I did that is because I own a SA87 microphone from them, which is also a clone of a famous microphone, and I really liked it. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to pre-order this unit, and I'm going to wait for it. They have definitely gotten a lot of heat for this, their company, but I've seen them improve a lot over the years. You can follow them on the online forums. Now from them, you can buy, pre-order from their website. They also have a few different distributors. I believe Mastering Mansion in Spain is one of them, for example. But stuff is usually never in stock. You have to pre-order, you put down a deposit, so their business model is slightly different. I personally don't mind waiting. I'm a patient guy. Let's dive into the details. All right, now we're gonna look at the features. Audioscape, you're starting off with your VU meter, which shows the amount of gain reduction in decibels. Then you've got your threshold control, which goes from -15 to +15. You've got your ratio, which goes 2:1, 4:1, and 10:1. Then your attack, which is in milliseconds. You've got 0.1, 0.3, 1, 3, 10, and 30. Move down a little bit so you can see the rest here. Next, you've got your release. This is in seconds. 0.1, 0.3, 0.6, 1.2, and then auto release. And then you've got your makeup control, -5 to +15. And then here you have a sidechain. This is a high-pass filter set at 160 Hertz. So if you'd like to filter out some of that lower information so it doesn't hit the compression circuit to unnecessarily start reducing a lot of the gain, for example, a kick drum. And then this engages the compressor. And of course, this turns it on and off. Let's go back down and check out the Warm Audio. Warm Audio, same idea, starts with your VU meter showing gain reduction in decibels, threshold. Slightly different, goes -20 to +20 versus -15 to +15. Attack is exactly the same. Here, what's different is the ratio. So they've added in 1.5 to 1 as well as 3 to 1. And then of course the classic 2:1, 4:1, and 10:1. Next, you're going to see the release, which is the exact same in seconds. Let me scroll down a little bit here so you can see this. So the high-pass filter, this is something unique. The Audioscape does not have this. So you can have it off, or you can do 30 Hertz, 60, 105, 125, or 185. And then lastly is the makeup gain from 0 to +20. Then you've got your switch for engaging the compressor. a switch for an external sidechain if you want to put another piece of gear and the external sidechain in the back of the unit. And then you can engage transformers. So this is unique. The Audioscape does not have this. This allows your audio that's passing through the unit to go through an output transformer, which is a Cinemag transformer. Now we'll go back down and check out the Stam Audio. So Stam Audio SA4000 MK2, same idea. You got your VU meter all the way to the left showing gain reduction in decibels. Threshold goes from -15 to +15. Ratio similar to Warm Audio. They added the extra for 1.5 and 3 to 1. And then your classic 2, 4, and 10 to 1. Attack in milliseconds is the same. Release in seconds is the same. Go down a little bit to check out the rest here. You've got another high-pass filter, which is a great feature. Off, 30 hertz, 60, 100, 125, and 185. So slightly different than Warm Audio, which is 105. They choose 100 at Stam. So roughly the same otherwise. Then you got your makeup gain going from 0 to 15. And then this is different. There's a mix blend. So this is very unique. This allows you to do parallel compression. So if you didn't want to do 100%, you can say, let's do 50%. Or maybe I want 75% to come through wet, or 25, or off if you don't want to actually have any compression happening. Then you've got your option to engage the compressor. Same thing with an external sidechain, another piece of gear. And now this is a modification. It does not come standard. The transformer. So this is additional. Now Stam Audio lets you choose between two different types of transformers. You can do a British transformer or an American. I'm not going to say the names of the companies, but the British one, let's just say it begins with an N, and the American one begins with an A. I think you can probably figure that out. And what this does, I chose the one with the N, the British, and this gives you a nice tight low end, and it warms up mixes effortlessly. And now let's see these babies in action. chance to listen with some really good headphones or some studio monitors. Now first I just want to say all three of these compressors really sounded great to me. I think they all do their job really well, gluing the mix together, adding some punch and clarity. If I had to rank them from 1 to 3, doing an apples to apples comparison, no transformers engaged or anything like that, I would put at number 1 the Stam Audio SA4000 MK2. I really found that the low-end information sounded the best and the most tightest, really well-rounded, great harmonics. It also had the widest stereo image to me, and the way it handled transients just sounds fantastic. Number 2, I would put the Audioscape at number 2. It handled the low-end information very well too. I just don't think it sounded as tight as the Stam Audio, and the stereo image was a little less. So third obviously would be the Warm audio unit, which still in its own right is a great unit. I just think the other two slightly edged it out. Now with transformers engaged, I would put the Stam Audio at number 1 and the Warm audio at number 2. And the reason why is the Stam Audio still just has something in the low end that's tighter and more well-rounded with the transformer engaged compared to the Warm audio. Now it likely has to do with the fact that the Stam Audio uses a Carnhill transformer, which I believe is a slightly more expensive transformer than the Cinemag, which is used in the Warm audio. Again, both sound great, but I think the Stam gets the slight edge there. Technically, you've got the Stam Audio with and without transformers, the Warm audio with and without transformers, and then finally the Audioscape. So there's really 5 options I can rank here. So if I had to do it that way, I would put number 1 the Stam Audio with transformers engaged. I love that option. It sounds incredible to me. The low-end information is so tight. It's incredible how it just adds harmonics and just rounds everything off. And the stereo image, again, just sounds incredible to me. Number 2 would actually be the Stam Audio again, but this time without the transformers. I think it outperforms the other units regardless of if you have a transformer engaged or not. It just sounds incredible to me. So here's where things get interesting. I would actually rank number 3 the Warm audio with the transformer engaged. It's a great sounding unit, and I think it does come in third when we're looking at all 5 options. So number 4, I would put the Audioscape at number 4. Still a great unit, but when you have all these other options with engaging transformers, I think the other units kind of beat it out a little bit. And then finally, last, I would put the Warm Audio Buss Compressor without transformers engaged. And again, I'd be happy to use any of these units. They're really great. If I had to keep just one, I think the answer would be the Stam Audio. And I don't know if you can see behind me, but I've already got racked up in its permanent spot. It's not going anywhere. And the Audioscape and the Warm audio I'm going to be selling. I don't need 3 VCA stereo bus compressors, to be honest. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot more video reviews in the near future. Until next time, I'm Steve from Wise Tone Productions.